It's so funny to me. People always ask, why am I single? Is it a mystery to me? No, I know why I'm single. I'm single because I won't settle for less. I know what I want. That's what I'm looking for. And also, I'm not a hoe. Because I don't know, it seems to me people that put out and do all this other stuff go above and beyond, and it's like not real, it's fake. And then when they marry you, they don't do any of that. Or like, I don't understand a girl who can't cook, clean, no education, can't do anything. She gets married before me and has a baby. I can cook, clean, and make my own money and support myself. And I don't need a man. It's like, when I say I don't need a man, I don't need a man to survive, to live, or whatever. But I would like one for company, to keep me company and do things with. But then again, with modern times, you could always go, yeah, I have a man, but that man just might be a woman that used to be a man, but I'm not swinging that way. But it's kind of weird, because it's actually kind of interesting, because it brings me on to another topic, which is kind of confusing. Studs versus transgender. I don't have any interactions with transgender people, but I do have studs like hit on me, because I know when I'm like hanging out in San Francisco and stuff, like studs will like try and like flirt with me and stuff, and it's like sometimes you're like, is that a guy or a girl? But then you know it's a stud when you realize, when the not when you realize, because you know right away from looking at them, because they're like shorter than you. And it's interesting because because I'm very short, so a man shorter than me, I might consider him to be like, I don't know, not really in the running. But then there's sometimes, because I said this to this one guy, he was 5'5", and he was trying to like ask me out. He was like, oh, we're cool and everything, and then it was like, we should get together and have babies. And I was like, how tall are you? And then I was like, I think I'm too tall for you. And then he went off on me, started telling me I was crazy. And it's like, if I put on my shoes, because I'm like 5'4". I put on my shoes, I'm already towering over you. My shoes are like an inch, 2 inches. And those are just my everyday shoes. If I wore heels, then I'd tower over you even more. And it's like, you say you don't need a man, but you want one. But also, if I'm looking for a man, I'm looking for someone to be a protector. And it's like, I would like a protector and a provider. It's like, if you're not a protector and a provider, I can't submit to you because I can't take you seriously. Yeah. So it's like, I would date someone who's not a provider, but at least you need to give off the appearance as a protector and be bigger than everybody else. Yeah, because if you're bigger than everybody else, then people won't mess with me because they're scared of you. Even if they have a girlfriend, and their girlfriend might be bigger than me, but if their boyfriend is smaller than me, they might not necessarily mess with me because they know you're bigger than them, and you might beat their boyfriend's ass. And yeah, and it's like, your boyfriend's probably like, no, I don't want to fight this person, I'm not trying to mess with you. So it's like, what are you looking for in somebody? You got to be at least 6 foot, like 6'5", 6'8" is better. But and then like the guys, you know, when you like meet somebody and you're like, I like you, and it's like, yeah, I want to kind of fatten you up a bit. And the guy, he's like, oh, I'm 6 foot, I'm like 150, 180, like, why? It's like, I want to make you like at least like 230. It's like, I don't really want to date a guy that's like under 230. At least be like 230, 250. And I'm not even saying I'm looking for a guy that's fat. I'm saying I'm looking for a guy who's toned, athletic, whatever. And then like guys are like, oh, when they get married, like their wife got fat or whatever. It's like, why did your wife get fat? That's like your fault. I'm not saying you need to put your wife on a diet or whatever. I'm just saying, like, where were you where this happened? Why weren't you there working out with your wife? Why weren't you saying, hey, let's go on for a walk or whatever? It's like, I don't understand that. If you're in a relationship and you have an issue with your partner, and that's basically your fault. It's like, I understand she had a baby, she got injured, something happened, she might be depressed, but beyond that, if your wife's happy and everything and she gained weight and you didn't want her to gain weight, that's your fault. It's like you have no one else to blame but yourself, because it's like your wife could eat a bag of chips, crap, cheese sticks, whatever, every day, all she eats. But why aren't you taking her out to exercise? Why aren't you saying, let's go for a hike, let's go do this? It's one thing if your wife's like, no. And then if your wife's like, no, refusing to do anything, get up, walk, go anywhere, that's your fault. Well, not your fault, that's her fault. And then I can understand why you're saying like you have an issue with it. But you should be up like every day, at least like at like after dinner or whenever, going for a walk, like out on the weekends, going hiking and stuff. Because otherwise, that's the only reason why I can see like there would be an issue. Because otherwise, if your wife's like saying, hey, I'm gaining some weight, will you exercise with me, will you go on a liquid diet with me, and you're saying no, then it sounds like she should break up with you, because it's like she doesn't want to do it alone. Even though you might not need to lose weight or whatever, you should still be a supportive husband and go on a diet with her, because that'll help her go better, and then she has support. Yeah. Like, relationships are interesting. Yeah, because like guys are like, I want someone to cook for me, and it's like, I met a guy, I liked him, and I'm like, yeah, I'll cook for you, I want you to gain like 30 pounds. And then he's like, yeah, I'll eat what you cook, but I don't want to gain any weight. And it's like, it's like rare that you hear somebody like tell their partner they want them to gain weight or something. And it's like, I just want to be like 230, 250. So if somebody tries to mess with me, they know not to mess with me if you're with me, because they know you're bigger than them and you might whoop their ass. You don't even have to be like a fighter. I'm not even telling you to get into a fight. I'm just telling you to be scary. Be big and scary, where people stay away. Relationships, yeah. Because I know when I go to certain places, people will like try and hit on me, and like if I'm alone, they'll be aggressive. And then if I'm with somebody who's big and scary, they're less likely to bother me and go off on me, scream at me and try and hit me or something, because they're not going to mess with him. Because normally, like, people that are big and tall and whatever, they come in groups. And I'm not even saying you have to like hit the gym every day. Just be like toned and stuff, like toned, big, whatever. And then like guys are like, oh, 250, like 230, 250 is like too fat for me. It's like, you're like 6'3", 6'5", 6'8", whatever, and you want to be like 130, like 180 pounds or whatever, 150 pounds. And it's like, yeah, I don't really want to date a guy who's under 200 pounds. I don't know, because guys are like, they don't want to date a girl like over like 120 pounds or whatever. Well, I don't want to date a guy under like 200, and like 200's even kind of skinny. I want you to be at least like 230. And I'm not even saying I want you to be fat. I want you to be like solid. I'm looking for a guy that's like solid with curves and stuff. And it's like, oh, guys are like, oh, I don't want to be that. But then like they want to make you what they want you to be. But you won't gain like 30, 40 pounds if I ask you to. But you're willing to tell me to go lose some weight. And it's like, yeah, I never actually had a guy tell me to go lose weight. But it's always interesting, relationships. If you like this video, subscribe, save. Oh, no, it's Amazon. Subscribe and save. I don't know. Subscribe, like, all that good stuff, and comment, because I'd love to hear your opinion on this. Yeah. Bye.